Are you building a brand or are you just randomly posting online? Good question, right? Never thought of this. I am Divya Jain and today I am going to share with you the top do's and don'ts of branding that most entrepreneurs ignore or completely misunderstand, and because of which they face problems like not generating sales, not generating leads, and many more issues. Whether you are a coach, expert, or small business owner, this video will help you build a brand that will truly attract customers and that will actually convert your strategies, your posts into clients. Okay, now let's first talk about do's. Okay, so first thing is when you are doing your branding, do a clear brand message to create that message. Message means कि make sure कि आपकी जो client है, your client understands who you are going to help. Like say if you are going to help women entrepreneurs, what exactly are you going to give them as a part of your offer? And why you are there to help, what is the reason behind it, your own story. That will create a good clear brand message and that will actually kill the confusion of your audience. And when the confusion is killed, right, then you start generating sales, then you start generating leads. Then second thing is, who is your ideal client? Do you know your ideal client? Right, so branding is not for everyone. Like say if I am making this video, my video is not for everyone. My video is for some specific set of people who want to start their own business, people who are into their own business, small business owners, coaches, consultants, service providers. This is my niche, this is my target client. Now branding is not for everyone, right? So you have to decide what is your ideal client. It is definitely for someone. If you are manufacturing a chip of this mobile phone, then obviously this chip is required by some people. If you are manufacturing a simple pen, this pen also is required by some people. So each and every product will have some specific set of client. Okay, be clear on their age, their pain points, their mindset, and where they go, where they spend time, what they love to do, where you can find these people. So all that should be crystal clear. If you try to attract everyone, you actually attract no one. Third point is do keep visuals consistent. Your flyers, your graphics, your post should not change each day. It should be like that. If I look at your post, or if any of your audience look at your post, without even going through details, they should tell that okay, this post belong to this person. Okay, so use 2-3 brand colors. That's the tip. Like say if you see my logo, that has some 2-3 colors in it, and the same 2-3 colors are going on my social media post. So 1 to 2 fonts that you can select, one for heading, one for text, something like that. Style across your platforms. Okay, some specific style you follow, like say you picture on one side, text on another side. This may be one style. So use consistent style, consistent fonts, consistent brand colors, and it helps the clients, your audience, to generate trust, to build recognition about your brand, and then that's how they start giving you business slowly and steadily. So think of brands like Apple or Starbucks, or they have that consistency in their visuals, and this consistency is the power. So fourth tip in do's of branding is do use brand storytelling. What does your brand speak about? People connect with stories. People do not connect with the products or the services or the sales pitch. So when you share your why you started this business, why you launched this product, how your emotions are connected to it, your journey, your values, people connect to that. And when people connect, business comes. So build a storyline around it. Okay, fifth point is do show your face. I've seen many people posting faceless reels, faceless videos. Yeah, that's good. If you are using good content, good hashtags and all that, you gain views, you gain attraction. But if you want to gain business, if you want to gain clients, you should focus on showing up your face. People buy from people. Your face actually builds emotional connect with other people. You start developing trust by that. When you develop trust, only then business comes. Okay, so no more hiding behind the logos on quotes or the social media posts. So just show up your face. You are very beautiful. Sixth point I want to share is to use tools to maintain branding. Like tools like Canva. I've seen people using Canva free. See, you're building a business, right? You're not creating a birthday post. So better go for Canva Pro. It's not very expensive for your business. So can go for Canva Pro. Tools like Notion, brand kits. So when it comes to designs, logo, posters, it should be quality. Whenever you are launching something, quality should come out. So use Canva Pro and brand make your brand kits very much aligned. It should be consistent, as I said earlier, especially if a team is involved. Okay, so you need tools. Now, not only this designing part, but yes, of course, tools will also include where you are putting up data. For example, if I am saving my files on Google Drive, that's my tool, right? So I am creating files for my team to access so that they can perform in a better sense. So I personally use Canva Pro. I personally use 2-3 apps for video editing. I personally use Google Sheets, Google Docs. So those are my tools. So do use tools in your business also for your branding. Okay, and make sure you have a letterhead. That also is your tool. And letterhead, certain things are always they always look professional on your letterhead. Okay, create systems. Okay, when it comes to branding, create systems how your business processes will flow. Okay, even when somebody is not watching, system should be there. Now we come to don'ts of branding. What you don't have to do when you are doing your own branding. So first thing, your logo is not your brand. Okay, your logo is just a part of your identity. It is not your entire brand. You focus too much on logo and you miss on the other parts of business. For example, your marketing flyers, your lead generation process, your funnels. So you miss on that. So your logo is good. That is very good. Your logo should be professional, but it's not your entire brand. Okay, the way you speak in any meeting, the way you present yourself, that also is a part of your branding. For example, if you have gone into a business networking meet or a conference and you are required to speak about your brand there, so what words come out of your mouth, that also is a part of your branding. Okay, second thing you don't have to do is using too many fonts, too many colors. I've seen people like colorful things. It's good for an artist, for a painter, for those kind of businesses to use colors, but that too also very wisely. But it is always better for looking professional. Keep it simple, strategic. Random design choices, visual, it creates visual chaos. Okay, so it confuses your audience what your brand is all about. So you use very simple things. Third thing, don't copy your competitors blindly. They might be doing some mistakes, you copy them and you land up doing the same mistake. So being inspired is good. Copying their tone, their colors kills your own authenticity. So don't copy them. You cannot stand out if you become like them. For to stand out, you must be unique. Okay, fourth point in what you don't have to do when you're doing branding, don't use generic stock images. See, images like, see, there are two things in it. One is you are using images which are very much widely used, like handshake, like laptop photos. So these photos do not build trust because you are not into those photos, and these are very generic images. You can use them, but very limited. Or maybe to create what do we say, cover image, or in cover image I always suggest you use your own photo so that people connect with your YouTube video. But yes, somewhere like if you are creating a course and the cover image of the course requires some photo, use that and then blend it with your own photo, do some creativity around it. But don't use generic stock images. These images do not build trust. Use real images. Like if I'm shooting this video, I can shoot click one picture from this angle, and I can post it that I am shooting video, I am creating some content for you guys. So this can be my Instagram post. Okay, so use real images, use your own customized designs, at least make stock photos look on brand. You blend it with some good real images of yours and then you use it. Okay, fifth point you don't have to do is don't offer everything to everyone. It is not required. Don't be a generalist. Okay, niching down is always good. Okay, I'll give you one example. There are two doctors. Okay, I have a fractured hand, for example, and I need to go to a doctor. Which doctor should I visit? An orthopedician or a general MBBS doctor? Obviously, the answer is obvious, right? Why? Obviously, the MBBS doctor also knows about the bones. Can't he treat me? Yes, he can. But we go to an orthopedician, that too some specialist who is expert in the bone of the hand. Nowadays even micro niche is coming. Why? Because niching down makes your brand sharper, more memorable and high paying. Okay, you cannot charge 500 for a consultation when you are just an MBBS doctor, but you can charge this much. Okay, 500 is a very less amount. Nowadays the price has increased. So if you want to charge 2000 for your consultation, you have to be very much sharp. You have to be presentable. You should niche down. Okay, if let's say if I say I am a PCOD coach helping women of middle age to get rid of PCOD and related issues. Okay. On the other hand, one person says I am a health coach helping women to maintain their good health. Obviously, the first one seems better, right? Because it targets a specific problem which a woman might be looking for. Same way, niche down your business. Now, if you say Divya, we are serving all types of clients, look at your data. Your data will tell you what type of clients come to you generally. Okay, this is one way. Second thing is what type of results you are able to create. Okay, so this can be another way of looking at this. But figure out how you can niche down, which client to cater, what is your micro specialization. Okay. Now, sixth thing you must keep in mind that you should not do it. Don't keep changing your look. I have seen people changing their look just because this old look is old now. Let's have a new look. Having a new look means rebranding. So every few months, if you are doing rebranding, it confuses your audience. Okay. Now people have started recognizing your post and you suddenly change your branding, so it becomes difficult for audience to recognize your posts. Okay, so stick to one visual, one style, one message for at least 6 to 12 months and see what happens. Unless if you have a strategy. Okay, like for example, I have there's one known person. She used to change look every month on the basis of theme. Like this month, if she is creating video on some topic, for this, this is the look. Second month, another look. So there was a strategy, of course. Then it is fine. If there is no strategy and you are posting about your products or services, you keep your visuals consistent. Don't change your look. Okay. Now, branding, I have told you 6 do's and 6 don'ts. It's not about being fancy. It's about being memorable, meaningful, and magnetic. So you attract a lot of leads. If you are still unsure what should be your current branding, how it is not good, or how it can be made better, or how it is good but you want to improvise, you want to upscale, so there is a free one-to-one consultation I am offering. Okay, to review your brand strategy, your current brand strategy. I'll give you complete report, what is not right, what is right. Okay, so book your consultation now. Okay, I'll drop the link below this video in the description. Thank you.